This is basically our position is that the arms embargo should be enforced on all sides. The sort of obviously the video that was released last week showing the horrific murder of 21 Christian Copts, 20 of whom were Egyptians, has sent shockwaves around the world. That being said, the Libyan conflict is extremely complicated. There are different coalitions of armed groups and militias that are affiliated to both governments that are fighting for legitimacy. It is, the fact that the Islamic group that calls itself the Islamic State in Libya has recently gained attention is sometimes seen as a justification for the fact that the UN recognized government should be backed militarily. But that being said, forces that are loyal to this government, including, Operation Dignity forces, have also committed violations of international humanitarian law, which may amount to war crimes. This includes also airstrikes that were conducted in other areas that have caused civilian casualties and also damage to civilian property. This also includes, abductions of civilians on account of political affiliation, identity, or origin. This includes also cases of summary killings of captured fighters or of abducted civilians. So this is why basically we do believe that the arms embargo should remain in force, and that actually states should cooperate, should show greater cooperation with in order to enforce this arms embargo. At the same time, the International Criminal Court continues to have jurisdiction over Libya. So we've been, our role is to continue to report on serious human rights abuses and violations of international humanitarian law, which may amount to war crimes, because these crimes may be investigated by the International Criminal Court.
Magda Mughrabi, thank you so much for speaking with us on Network Africa. We really appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Now, Magda Mughrabi is with with Amnesty International. She is the Libya researcher. We go on to other issues now. Fighting in the war-torn Nuba Mountains in Sudan has led to an increase in the number of Sudanese refugees fleeing to South Sudan in the last month, in addition to an estimated 1.4 million internally displaced people. Now, the situation is so heated that South Sudan, which broke away from Sudan and has its own share of troubles, as well as refugees, is also now home to around 250,000 Sudanese. The Voice of America's Adam Bales, who is in Yidi, where more than 80,000 of them have taken refuge, has this report.
Yidi camp in South Sudan's Unity State, one of the country's biggest refugee settlements. Everyone here has fled from a single conflict across the border in Sudan's South Kordofan state. UN officials say there has been a rapid rise in numbers arriving because of recent heavy clashes.
We have seen almost 100% increase in the last month when compared to the same period in 2013-2014, meaning almost 700 to 900 people every week coming to South Sudan.
A bloody civil war has raged for more than 3 years in Sudan's Nuba Mountains, with yearly fighting between Sudan government forces and Sudan's People's Liberation Army North rebels. The spreading ground fighting, intensified bombing by government planes and poor food security forced thousands of families to flee. Nearly 70% of new arrivals are children. This graffiti shows the land they left.
The Antonov planes come during the day and at night too. The planes bomb people everywhere. Whether you run or not, they bombard and kill you either way. We had neighbors who were hiding indoors one time when an Antonov came, but their house was bombed and they were killed.
People arrive with only what they can carry. Jalila Abraham arrived today. She says it took her 1 week to walk here from her village with her 3 children.
We came here because they continue to bombard us day and night. That is why we ran away. We moved from one place to another because they follow us to wherever we go and bomb us.
Many new arrivals will travel to Ajahn Thok, a UN camp to the east, but with a capacity for only 25,000 people, it is almost full. While Sudan's government denies it, the Yida camp director, Jacob Osman Kaluka, says the bombing is intentionally driving civilians out of South Kordofan.
Their objective is to scare the people and to let them run away from the SPLA control area. That one by burning all the crops in their fields, burning their houses, and giving them no rest. So at least to evacuate, to empty the Nuba Mountains from the human being so that it can just remain like no man's land.
Life in Yida camp is basic, but safe. People have access to fresh water and healthcare with help of humanitarian groups.
Now that's it on Network Africa, but just before we go, we've got some breaking news for you. Unfortunately, there's been another bomb explosion at Kano Line Motor Park in Kano State. Now, scores of people are feared to be dead at the moment, and the attack occurred this evening at the motor park. Now, you will recall that earlier today, a female suicide bomber also blew up passengers at a motor park in Potoskum, Yobe State, killing 15 people. We'll have details for you concerning that in our subsequent bulletins, but thank you so much for watching Network Africa. I'm Cynthia Are.